Instagrams and the Gazette, or what it is?
That's my...
I
have a YouTube channel.
What this is probing.
I hate being probed.
Baby socks.
Hurry up, I gotta go.
Wait, why are you filming?
Because this is part of the video.
Mila?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Why aren't you at school?
What?
Why aren't you at school?
Because I feel really sick.
The lens is filthy. I am not a master horticulturist, but I am pretty sure pumpkins are not supposed to grow hanging. We're growing a pumpkin in our front garden, and the vines have wrapped themselves around the tree, and the pumpkin has started growing hanging, which I'm sure is... There we go. Which I'm sure is not recommended, especially since it's supposed to be a giant pumpkin. I was initially going to make this vlog about forced positivity and the need to always be on for the camera on YouTube. So I started at the most pleasant place on earth, the dentist. Ultimately, I didn't want to finish that video. So it's the next day. I'm going to meet a client for some law stuff, and then I'm going to go meet DSLR Dave to talk about YouTube. I got a croissant out of the meeting this morning. It's an amazing thing. I met with a client of mine, and he really made me appreciate the fundamental question in life, which is, what am I building? What am I building? What am I building? What am I building? What am I building?
The body.
What am I building? A lot of people confuse a win with building something. They confuse a short-term victory with long-term construction, especially in litigation. You know how many bestsellers make a tell-all book? They're first and they're last, because you don't cross oceans by burning bridges. Write that down. You know, as a lawyer, it's an easy thing. What am I building? I'm building a career. In fact, for a lot of people, the easiest answer is I'm building a career. What goes into building that career is itself up for discussion, but the answer to a lot of people is very easy. I'm building a career. There's a great line from a poem called Desiderata by Max Ehrmann, and it goes something to the effect of, keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. An amazing thing that you can only appreciate at a certain point in your life. When I was a lawyer and I had sort of mentally already made the decision to get out of the litigation side and get into YouTube, it was a weird feeling to continue with a career where that's not in my mind what I was building for the 10-year plan. In my mind, I'd already gotten out of commercial litigation. I was no longer working to be the best litigator in the city. I was no longer building the litigation side of our law firm. I had decided to no longer build that infrastructure. And then the question is like, what was I building? What am I building? As of the point you know that you are no longer interested in that which you are building, what do you build? We're going down. If you no longer love the building that you are building, you really only have two choices. Change up the architectural plans, or sell the building and buy another building in a location that you love. You know, when you say that you're building a career, the reality is that you're just building a relationship. You're building a lasting relationship with your business and with your clients. What am I building? I'm building relationships. Building relationships in a field that I like. And speaking of building relationships, right now I'm going to Saint-Houblon to meet DSLR Dave in person for the first time. Relationships. Life is about building relationships. We're capturing the moment. This is the moment we meet.
Hi!
Dave, how you doing? This is fantastic. This is DSLR Dave, the man behind the thumbnails. We just had a good talk. I'll do the follow-up in the car because it's very noisy and there's a lot of people looking at us like we're crazy. Those people. Alright, so when people say that they are building a career or building a business, it really is just interchangeable with building relationships. Because like building relationships, you don't build a career off one-off victories. You build it off building lasting relationships with your customers, your clients, your colleagues, your friends. You build it off building a relationship with your brand and your own identity.
Hello, dogs.
So how do you build relationships? It's the same thing in business as it is in friendship. Don't go for the quick win. The quick win doesn't accomplish anything in the long run.
Uh-oh.
Surviving off quick wins is not a sustainable economical business model. There are only so many quick wins you can get in life before your reputation gets there before you do, making any other future quick win impossible. You have to become invaluable to the people you do business with. Lasting business relationships are about becoming invaluable to the people you do business with. Now this is coming back to my meeting with DSLR Dave. Okay, so when I was at the big law firm and then I went out on my own, stagiaires, and that's to say interns, would always ask me like what they had to do or what they should do in order to ensure that they get hired back. Because you do an internship and it's not obvious you get hired back. Oftentimes you don't, because there'll be like 6 or 8 interns all vying for 1 or 2 positions as a young lawyer. So they'd ask me, what can I do to sort of increase my chances of getting hired back? It's the same thing that goes into establishing a lasting personal friendship, personal relationship, or any business relationship. Be honest, be on time, and become invaluable to the organization. When you become an asset, they can't live without you and they don't want to live without you. Which brings me to my meeting with DSLR Dave. DSLR Dave and I met, he sent me a private email and offered to do some thumbnails for me. And he's been doing the thumbnails for about a little over 2 weeks now, and there's just a remarkable difference. I see these thumbnails, they strike, they're stunning, they're eye-catching, and Dave has created a relationship where now I can't and or don't want to live without his thumbnails, and given where my channel is going, I'll explain it in a few minutes, I can't and or don't want to live without Dave's technical and creative abilities to do what I can't or don't know how or don't want to or I'm not able to do for myself. Building lasting relationships is about becoming invaluable in the context of that relationship. Finger guns. Okay, in the time between which I said I was going to make an announcement about the channel and now I have decided I'm not going to make that announcement, I was torn between whether or not I make a separate channel entirely for law vlogs or whether or not I just do a weekly or bi-weekly or duo weekly, whichever one is twice a week on the existing channel. The poll that I ran on the community tab, which I think got 200 votes, and it was 75% keep it on this channel, 25% put on a separate channel, yes.
Can we watch the Simpsons?
I thought you would never ask. So I'm going to put the law vlogs on once or twice a week on this channel, yes. And if the subject matter is a little bit bordering on political, and if I offend anyone in the analysis, I'll have to live with that. But I think that it is part and parcel of this channel, which is everything. Law, parenting, cooking, GoPros, drones. Oh, and come here. And don't think you can get out of it. And Barney. That is all for this week.
That's Barney.
This week's law vlog is going to be very interesting, dealing with a touchy subject, but it is going to be informative and it's going to be insightful, and it's actually just going to avoid the politics divisive aspect of it, and it's just going to be informative, and hopefully people will like it. Do like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I put the videos up. How many chocolate pieces have you eaten? You don't know, do you? A lot? Okay, okay. Don't put your shoes on the table, they're dirty! Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Tell your friends, family, share the channel. Please?